This is Gold Harbour Radio, ZMH 286, and this is the 12th of May 2021, and we are on air 8752. And I have been trying to get the streaming working, and it looks like I may have finally succeeded. To anyone who has checked in, or turned on the streaming, would be a better expression, a very good afternoon to you from New Zealand. Which is a pretty dull, dismal day here, with a decent temperature and now a southwest wind of about 5 knots, but a pretty cloudy, gloomy sort of a day it has been. We have one boat that we are talking to on its way to Fiji. It sounds like there are others are about to depart. It's a pretty rigorous process for getting to Fiji. The COVID test has to be taken, and the results no later than 72 hours to go up to Fiji for approval, and then you can depart. Sounds all very easy, and if you're leaving from Auckland, it's perhaps the easiest place to leave because you can get a COVID test 7 days a week, but it is a little bit more difficult in the far north. But no doubt people are looking forward to leaving the winter, although it has been pretty mild so far. Autumn has been really lovely. So anyway, we'll see what happens. But we are going to be on air at this time, actually in 5 minutes really. We are starting the normal net for check-ins and anything else that people might want at 5:15 New Zealand time, which happens to be 0515 UTC. So there you have it. It does look like my streaming is finally working. In the shutdown, YouTube decided to change absolutely everything. And they did run the old system for a while, but then that was no longer available. So I just found that they had changed the streaming key. And that was all it took to hopefully get things working. It would be great to hear from people, to know what you're doing, where you are, what you're doing. I know a lot of the foreign boats in New Zealand either have gone home, put their boat on the hard, sold their boat or whatever. Immigration and customs have been really very, very good, I'd have to say. The TIE, you can still get anything you want related to the boat without paying our goods and services tax, and that has now been continued until the end of next year. So that's pretty decent. And also the immigration have, by and large, sorted people out so that you can enjoy yet another winter in New Zealand. But anyway, they have been a bit slow at making these decisions, but at least better late than never, I guess. So if anybody can actually hear me on streaming, I would like a comment so that I can work out whether it is in fact going out or not. So anyway, we are standing by now to see where Vingalot is. I have them on the AIS. Very lonely out there in the ocean, heading up to Fiji, but we'll see where they are and where the accompanied boat not tied down might be. So we'll just stand by. The other thing to let you all know about, some of you who are ham radio operators will know that there is a marine net in the mornings at 2100 UTC, which is currently 9 AM New Zealand time. You do have to be an amateur radio licensed person, but this is a good casual net. We've got net controllers and relay stations on both sides of the Tasman. On the Australian side, we go up to one in Townsville. We've got several in Queensland and one in Victoria, in Melbourne. In New Zealand, we've got the far south in Otago. we've got Sperari actually. Sergio is Maritime Mobile, but in a cabin for the winter in the Marlborough Sounds, and then we have a couple of us in the Auckland area, 3 of us actually. And who else have we got? Yes, we've got Christian up in Russell. He's Maritime Mobile in the Great Barrier Island at the moment. And who else have we got? I'm sure I've forgotten somebody. But anyway, that's what's happening with the Marine Net. If you are licensed, you're more than welcome to join our net in the mornings. All right, I'll just give an early call to Vingalot. Vingalot, any copy there, Charles? Over. All right, it looks like we are working because it says we have 3 concurrent viewers. If you are a viewer, could you let me know if the audio is okay? I'm thinking of getting a decent microphone for, I'm on the radio of course, so I have to hold this microphone, but we could do with a better microphone for the streaming, and at the moment it's just the microphone in the computer. Anyway, if you could give us an email, ghradio at extra, which is xtra.co.nz, ghradio at extra.co.nz. And on the list of things to do this winter is to change away from the extra address, which is very confusing, and we will get our own GH Radio email address. But anyway, that's for the winter. Lots of things that are possible when there's not too many boats out, so we'll just gradually tick things off. There's quite a few things to tick off from the house. Still haven't pruned the plum tree, still haven't scraped the ceiling clean of plaster in the laundry. Just a lot of things to do, as many things to do in the house as you have on the boat. And don't let me get started on what we're doing on the boat. We're busy on that one as well. All right, let's see. It's getting close to 5:15, which will be our normal start time. I just wanted to have a play around with the streaming. It keeps telling me to check the video resolution. Well, as we're not actually on video, I don't see why that notice is coming up. But anyway, I'll give another call for Vingalot, Gulf Harbour Radio. Yes, well, it's very good copy. You've got a superb signal, actually, Charles. It's probably one of the best signals I've had from a boat. I have this system set up at ZL1 and also ZL2 SEA, same place. And I do actually have a question from Nigel for you, but we'll cover that later. And I use that remote station, but you are coming through so well. You're actually coming through on my vertical, which is absolutely astounding. So I have you 2723 South, 17912 East. Go ahead. Roger, I've got all of that except the wind direction, and I presume you are giving me a true wind direction. David says yes, based on what he's looking at. What is the wind direction again, please?
Right, the true wind direction would be about 110 degrees true. 110 degrees true.
Yeah, good. I tell you what, he's doing a very close comparison of all of the models because we're getting your report through twice a day, and so he's looking at the accuracy of all the models. They are in agreement, and you've actually got an excellent passage by the sound of what he's saying, and a good arrival easterly, I think. But anyway,
I think on Sunday.
On Sunday, he's worked you out as arriving, but I think you also might be adjusting things for not tied down. But anyway, really, really good passage window, and I think I have the streaming working well, so that is good. And I do have a message from Nigel for you. Are you still copying me okay, over?
For the live streaming, and I will email my family members.
Okay, I've just switched you through to Nigel's antenna because it's just a little bit noisy on my one. We'll have to cover that one again. So Nigel says, next time you speak to him, can you ask him to try the ZL2 SEA gateway and advise if he notices any difference between the two systems? There is a little bit of a difference at his end. The ZL2 SEA only does 80, 40 and 20 metres currently, and he has not had any yacht use the 20 metre one yet, so he's very interested in a test there. So what you could do is send me an email with all your details and that would be a good test. The other thing is, how on earth are you managing to send me texts on my phone, over?
So the texts are coming from our Iridium, and it's a lesser known feature that you can send text to text, and you can also do text to email and email to text. So I can text directly to your email address, and you can type from your email directly to my phone. Of course, you're limited to 160 characters. If you send any more than that, it just conflicts it, and you have no idea what the rest of the message says. That's your protector.
Oh, that's excellent. Yeah, so I didn't realise that. And so is that part of the sort of the coverage, or do you just get charged for every text, Over?
So the texts are free. So free for me. It's part of they're different plans. So the current plan that we've got is the open plan, which is 150 minutes of talk time, and unlimited text and unlimited data. Not that it matters much about the data. To send a 20 kilobyte file takes about 15 minutes. It's like watching grass grow. Where is quicker on the flexible modem? Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, we still have, in fact, we put an external antenna for the satellite phone, but it was expensive. We had a thing, but see, this is going back a bit now. It was $50 a month. Well, we paid it for years and years and years and years, and the only time we ever used it was on behalf of another boat, actually, that got into trouble. But has it gone down much in price? Can you roughly remember what you pay on a monthly basis?
So the deal which we're doing through Pacific Wind is quite a good deal. So it's about 150 US a month. And of course, we only activate it for the time that we're using it. And so the SIM card costs you $10 and you just activate the SIM. So the only downside, of course, is your phone number changes. But that's it. And away you go. I've still got my original email address, and so that's still working for me. So it's just the phone number that actually changes. Otherwise, if you go for any of the cheaper plans, they're very expensive for calls and you've got limited with data. So this is probably the best. It's carefully pointed to extract money out of you. I do squeal a little bit after that. The level of convenience and safety is just too useful. I'd be also interested to know whether Not Tied Down has managed to get on the air. I asked them if they were interested in joining us. Back to you, Patricia. Over.
Oh, that's really interesting. So, yeah, it seems to work. I mean, you are just responding very, very quickly this morning, so it obviously works well. Do you have an external antenna over?
Roger, I do. So I'm using the Iridium Go. Originally, when we first went off, we had a handheld Iridium phone and little RS-2 connection into a laptop. It was pretty clunky and difficult. This is just too easy. Text messages sent from my children and emails without a problem. So I've got to say that is unbelievably useful. It does make the whole trip much easier. And especially in that sea condition where if you've got that maritime, they're quite likely to ask you to stand by 20 minutes until the end of the weather report. To give your position report, you just start to send them a text. If the conditions are rough or I can't hear properly, just send them a text and it's all done. Over.
Yeah, sounds very, very good. Well, certainly we talk to people, actually we meet them against the dock in, where was it? In Sicily. And they, unfortunately, when she was on watch, she managed to hit a very big container ship, not once but twice, and she was badly injured, and they had a sat phone, and it was a long story to tell you one day, but boy, it saved their life basically. So yeah, that sounds really good. And the good thing is that you can go in and out, so that is even better. When we had it, this was years ago, you had to just stay on it and pay for all the time that you were anywhere near the boat, which was, sort of added up to quite an amount. And it was just the principle of the thing. It was so difficult, to be paying for something that we weren't actually using. Oh, that's good. All right. Well, yes, if you could do an email through the ZL to SEA for Nigel, that would be great, and see if we notice any difference. Mind you, it's really hard with propagation changes. I still can't hear you on 20 metres in the morning, by the way. I will probably turn on Nigel's antenna tomorrow and see if I can copy you, but still nothing on my system here. So that's why it's so useful to have the stations in Australia. I might just give Not Tied Down a call and see if they copy me. Oh, David wants to ask something.
I just want to know if his Monday is he slowing down for the customs fees?
Oh no, it's for the other boat. It's to stay with the other boat.
Okay, because he should be getting
but they're not doing it now. No, David was just asking, are you slowing down because of customs fees on the weekend? And I don't know that Fiji has those now. I think they just let you wait and they deal with you on the Monday, but you might want to comment on that. All right, Not Tied Down, Not Tied Down. Do you have any copy on Gulf Harbour Radio? Well, nothing heard, Charles, so boy, they might have a bit of a technical issue there. Are you in touch with them on VHF, over?
They're just too far off for us for the NHS. They're about 150 miles south of us. But we do keep a twice daily feed on HX. So I am in contact with them, and we do exchange text messages, the joy of Iridium Phone. And Brendan's established that his AIS is not actually working. It is now negotiating with the Fijian authorities on what he can do to set up his tracker for him on the Iridium Go. So we'll hope to get that sorted out in the next 24 hours. So just to answer David's question, we are going to, so the new blue lanes arrangements are that you can't enter Harbour Bay after dark. So it's the daytime entry only. We would be predicted to get there on Sunday afternoon. There is an extra surcharge for arriving on the weekend, and so we will slow down at some appropriate state and try and make a Monday morning entry and save ourselves a bit of our $100. We're not too sure what to expect. The blue lanes have just opened up for Harbour. Don't think that there's been any boats before. We may in fact be the first vessel. I'm not too sure about that. And instead of the Navy, who are very used to these procedures, there is no Navy in Harbour, and so it'll be the on Navy, and we will not have the luxury of having our yachting agent who is a general. So it is a bit of a downside. Thank you, Patricia. Over.
Yeah, I didn't realise you were going into Savi. Boy, I do need some information from you. It's good that Savi is open, because I thought last year it was only you had to all go into dinner hour. So interesting that you're going into Savi. Yes, I hope all is well. Gosh, that I can remember going into Savi with some pretty strong easterly winds. Do you remember that, David? Mm. Yes. All right, that sounds good. Righty-ho, well, we'll certainly work on a Monday morning approach into Savi. I presume you've been there before, over?
I have. I helped a friend do his service offshore message and took his 38-foot tank into Harbour, which was quite fun, and in fact was an incredibly good trip. I'm looking at what the weather report looks like for Sunday, Monday, and if I can believe the weather that far out, it looks pretty reasonable. So apparently, we have to stand by outside, get on the radio, ask permission to enter Harbour Bay, and I'm assuming that we will pick up a whirring of the copperhead, and there we'll stay for the remainder of our quarantine period with our quarantine flag. They then also have a flag that they give you once you've cleared, a big blue flag, Indian blue, that says blue lane cleared, so that the outer islands know that you're a cleared vessel. Over.
Oh, that all sounds very organised, and you will most definitely get a mooring. That's one good thing about coming during a COVID period. There is one boat, but it looks like it's going to the west to the dinner hour. So I suspect you will be probably the first one into Savi. So it's going to be interesting to see that it goes according to what you've just described. It sounds very, very organised, and a lot more organised than what was described on the front page of the Herald today, with the chaos, absolute chaos, at the vaccine station at Harbour. They are vaccinating the folk in South Auckland first, and I knew it was a disaster last week because a friend of ours went, and he had an appointment exactly 12:30. When he got there, they'd changed where it was. So he got to the new place. They'd run out of vaccines because they also, on top of people's appointments, they're taking anybody else. So, boy, it is a bit chaotic here. Just as well, there's none in the country. We're only just getting the odd imported one. So it looks like Fiji have got it all under control. Good military operation. All right, well, I'm not sure. It'd be interesting to know why not. I wonder what frequency you're talking to. Not tied down, because if you're able to talk to them, obviously they've got their SSB working. but maybe the tuner is not tuning for 8 megs. Anyway, we'll see what happens there. All right then, there's not much more from here. It's a very lovely, calm night. So I hope you are enjoying those very ideal conditions. Yes, and David has confirmed what you're seeing. It should be good all the way. What a perfect passage. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Rebecca. And so just a few quick thoughts. There is still I think we still have to, at the end of it, after the COVID swab, I think effectively you then said they swab you day 12, you remain on the vessel, and day 14, the COVID swab are negative, then they then do the normal clearing out procedures. Some is not very efficient at that. It requires a whole day's work. But that'll be fine. I'm sure we can't wait to get off the boat by that stage. Now, one of the things I would be interested to know is, at the time of leaving, we still had the outbreak of COVID in around Nandi and Cuba. And they were all in lockdown. And they had, about 20 community cases. So this is part of the decision to just go to some because there was nothing on one of these. And we thought, well, if it's not there, it's not in a COVID-free place and be the main island to get it back together and see if it can become COVID-free before we arrive. Anyway, I wonder if we had no news from Friday, whether you had any updates on the COVID situation in Fiji.
Yeah, I'll get on the internet, and there wasn't anything in the paper today. There has actually been the odd report from Fiji, but I'll get on the internet and let you know tomorrow. Over.
That'll be awesome. And I'm just trying to think of what's the best time to try the hockey and Twitter bands on Battle 2C. I think I've been using the 80-meter band on Battle 2C is where I've had my best results, and I did a day ago just as an experiment pull down some the 96 code to just see how they've opened up to open CPN. So that will seem to agree nicely, and that may well be a new bit of weather talk for me while we have to see these. Thanks very much for your time. Just a word from you on how we listen to a streaming. I had just get my children to look up Gulf Harbour radio, and they'll find it on your website if that's all right.
That's Roger. They'll be able to hear it as we're speaking if they want. They just click on the streaming when they go onto the website. Just to go to the streaming page and click on it. It should work. And I'll be interested to hear a report whether it's clear enough, because the computer that is connected to Nigel's antenna is the same one that I have actually got the streaming software on, and it's the same one that I'm just recording what comes from that microphone. So, well, my words are from that microphone. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they say. So that would be good. It's good having you. You're a good experimenter to work with. All right then. Hope everybody on board is enjoying these balmy conditions. Wonder if there's any new people to cruising. It might be too good because they'll get to think that all passage making is this good. Well, you better not tell them otherwise. All right, this is Gulf Harbour Radio ZMH 286, and we will be clear with Vingalod and listening for everybody else.
Good night, Patricia and David, and thank you for a fun evening chat. Really enjoyed it. Talk to you again tomorrow. Bye now.
Cheers.
Very fun. Very good.
It's working, the streaming.